Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. This is your July 2020 horoscope for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And I do recommend this for your rising sign. But before we get into this horoscope, I want to mention that I am currently offering a class that is available on Facebook in the private group Astrology class down below in the description, as well as the comments. So let's go ahead and get into this horoscope. So, for those of you with Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, we are coming into a pretty intense month for those of you, as this will be a Saturn retrograde happening in your fourth house. So, for many of you, we are revisiting some old feelings, some old stressors, some old difficulties that Saturn is moving out of your fifth house, where many of you have been feeling the responsibility of expressing yourself, of working on your business, on making improvements as far as bringing income and finances in. Now things are shifting back to home, where this can bring up some difficulties of the past, some challenges in terms of how you are feeling, how you're dealing with your current state of being. So there are some skeletons that are coming out of the closet, some old past challenges and difficulties that are coming up here with this Saturn retrograde in your fourth house. So, coming into a little bit of a challenge or a conflict as we are entering here into the month of July. And of course, remember that coming off of that month of June, it was a big month of rising to the occasion, stepping up in your career, in your business. And this is something that is continuing to accelerate with that Mars sitting in your seventh house. So, this is not something to weigh you down, something to stop you from succeeding as Saturn is coming in here. But this is definitely going to bring up some challenges and difficulties for those of you with Libra rising. You may also feel this as well if you are a Libra sun or moon, especially because Saturn is exalted in the sign of Libra, so it is directly affecting you with full force as it is coming into this fourth house. Also, due to it being in the sign of Capricorn, it is squaring your sign of Libra. So, this is definitely one of those moments where we are revisiting old challenges, old lessons from the past. Because remember that Saturn is our reality, and Saturn has shifted here into Aquarius, giving us that snapshot of what we are entering into here in the month of December. So, for those of you with Libra rising, you have shifted, you have moved on to where your goals and responsibilities are in expressing yourself and putting yourself out there and using your talents, cultivating them to make an income, to make a living, to go further in your career. And this is shifting back to the old paradigm where we're seeing struggles of the past, struggles of your fears, of your feelings that are coming up here. So, this Saturn retrograde is giving you an opportunity to really look at your past, to look at how you're feeling deep down, to look at what's going on in your home environment, how you're being impacted by your heart and by what you are connected and feeling deep within. So, there are some struggles and difficulties coming up here for those of you in the month of July, and a lot as far as looking at what is going on emotionally and how you can change and work on these areas where you're running into these difficulties and conflicts, as this is revisiting where you have already been before. Now, on the 5th of July is when we see this full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn, which is bringing this eclipse season to a wraps. This is going to be a full moon lunar eclipse that is this release point, because remember that back with that solar eclipse that we saw in the month of June, exactly on that solstice point, was that beginning stage of entering into something new. So now that you have started something new, that now that you have opened up the doorway to something new in your life, this is finally a time to release what is no longer serving you. Now remember that we entered into this eclipse season with a Sagittarius lunar eclipse. That penumbral lunar eclipse was the starting of this whole eclipse season that took place. So it was a 3-part eclipse season where you started out clearing out some major areas of your life as far as how you're communicating, how you're expressing yourself, how you're putting yourself out there, getting your needs met. And now we're coming into this space where this is really a time of clearing out the past. So these past feelings. And so as you've already cleared out a lot of the conversations, a lot of the people that you're interacting, a lot of the thoughts, a lot of these positive mindsets and this negative self-talk, now we are actually going deeper into the emotional place of where this is all rooted and grounded at with this full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn. So this is the final cleanup crew before we enter back into our normal lunar phases outside of this eclipse season. And this is a big moment of clearing and cleansing, once again, what Saturn is bringing up, these old feelings, these old struggles and patterns from the past that are holding you back. And so coming into this moment, this is the last point where this is giving you an opportunity to really clear out the past, to really clear out the pain, the baggage, the weight that is there. And so for those of you who have not already went in and dealt with all of this emotional pain and baggage of the past, this is revisiting you, and this is a major moment of releasing it, clearing it out, making room for new connections that are more fulfilling, that bring you more joy into your life. So this is affecting you in a major way. And coming into the 12th of July, we have this Mercury stationing direct in Cancer. So for those of you who have been here watching your horoscopes, you are familiar with this Mercury retrograde that happened on the 18th of June, and now we are coming into direct motion here on the 12th of July. So this has been nearly a month for this Mercury retrograde, as it has been very much this deeper retrograde, going deeper into our feelings, going more into the past, revisiting how we're feeling, how we're doing, and especially in terms of your work life and your career and how you are presenting yourself in the public. This has been a big moment of revisiting that area for you, Libra, and really looking into what is it that brings you that true nurturing and fulfillment. And for those of you with Libra rising, there is this big responsibility and this big duty of rising into a position where you are providing care, where you are providing nurturing and love and support to those around you. And so you are playing this role where you are being the nurturer, where you are being the caregiver in your career, in your profession, in the way that you're showing up in the public. And so already coming into this space here, those around you are looking to you as the one who is there, bringing in that care, bringing in that nurturing. And so coming into this space now with Mercury coming direct, you are finally figuring out what it is that you need to nurture yourself, because that is one of the big things here with those of you with Libra rising that you probably know, is that you are very much keen on giving to others and seeing yourself through others. But coming into this space now where you have entered into June with this Mars and Aries sitting in your 7th house, you have learned how to command your space. You have learned how to step up and to play the role that suits you, regardless of what is going on with others around you. And so with Mercury coming direct, this is finally giving you that piece of knowledge and advice of what it takes to care for yourself, to put your needs first, to nurture yourself, to nurture your goals. And especially for those who have been working on moving up in your position, in your role in career and business, and rising up to the occasion, playing this solid role in your life, taking care of yourself and your needs, this Mercury coming direct is going to show you the results of that. It is going to show you that this is something that is positive. This is something that gets me results. This is getting me to the place where I want to be in life. And coming into the 20th, we have a new moon in Cancer. So remember that we started this eclipse season with a lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. So we did not start this eclipse season off with a solar eclipse in Gemini. And so therefore we are having this second Cancer new moon that is happening here on the 20th of July. And this is going to be a new moon that is once again going to emphasize that 10th house of career, of status, of reputation, of how you're showing up in the role, the position that you are playing, your goals, right? So this is opening up the opportunity for you to take on new goals, for you to reach new heights, for you to once again move into that direction that is serving your highest, greatest good, that direction that is you leveling up to the top, you claiming that position and that role that is best suited for you in your life. And so once again, that area of career, that area of your goals, of your status, of your reputation is being highlighted once again with this new moon as we enter into a new lunar phase where this is time for you to step up. This is time for you to play the role that is best suited for you in your life. And this is reaping benefits here as the sun will be entering into your 11th house of Leo coming on the 22nd of July. So this is us entering into a brand new season here with the sun entering into Leo. We are shifting from this very emotional place of nurturing, of caring, of our needs, of the past, and coming into Leo season, we are looking at what brings us joy, what brings us happiness, what we love, right? What we are enthusiastic about. And so this place of joy is opening up here in your 11th house, where this can be a big time of associating with new people who are better suited for you, as well as your dreams coming true. This 11th house is a house of hopes, wishes, and dreams being fulfilled. And so there's a lot of income, there's a lot of gains that is coming through here for those of you with Libra rising as the sun is entering into your 11th house. And so for many of you, there is a lot of wealth and abundance that is coming your way as you are playing that role, as you are stepping up to your highest, greatest good. And so for those of you who have been working on paying attention to what is nurturing, what is beneficial to you in your life, what is fulfilling, what is actually truly bringing in that true divine connection to you in your life, what truly nurtures your soul, and not so much of just giving everything away to everyone else, but what is beneficial to you in your life. So as you are entering and playing that role, it is giving you the benefits with this sun in your 11th house. And for those of you who are not playing this role, this is definitely highlighting this new start with that new moon, where it is allowing you to step up into this new role, this new position, so that you can reap those benefits, so that you can find that joy. And so that is your transits here for July. I'm also going to show you some cards here as well. And I did pull from the Connolly Tarot deck, the Rider Tarot deck, and the Black Moon Astrology deck. So starting off here with the Rider Tarot deck, first card we have here is the Three of Swords. And we talked about how this is a big moment of really looking at those old wounds of the past with that Saturn retrograde and that full moon lunar eclipse in your 4th house, where there's a lot that is coming up emotionally of these past wounds, of these fears, of these insecurities, of this pain of the past that must be faced, that must be dealt with here with this Three of Swords. And so there's a lot of heartbreak that's happening here. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of revisiting your fears, your difficulties of the past, and really understanding how to face this. Because really, at the end of the day, It is your pain, it is your fear, your difficulties of the past that you're holding on to that is preventing from these gains, that's preventing from you reaching your fullest potential. And look at this 10 of Cups here, right? We want this to be right side up and this 3 of Swords to be in reverse here. But we have the opposite going on where you are stopping yourself from succeeding, from having all that you want by holding on to the pain of the past, by holding on to these old experiences. And so this is a big moment for those of you with Libra rising of really letting go of the sorrow, letting go of the grief, letting go of the past, so that you can welcome in this abundance. This 10 of Cups here is a big moment of this success, this glory, this wealth, this abundance, this joy, right? This is a big moment of that sun in your 11th house coming in, bringing you the joy, bringing you the wealth, bringing you the benefits, the happiness in your life. And so we don't want to close the doorway to this by holding on to the pain of the past. Next card here is the 4 of Cups, where many of you are trying to hold on to the past. And in doing so, you are ignoring the offering that is right in front of you. For those of you who have dealt with the past, this is a big moment of realizing what is going on around you in your environment, what you are really feeling, what you are going through. Because for many of you, you are blocking yourself one way or another here with this 4 of Cups, where you are ignoring the opportunity that's right in front of you. Last card here from the Rider Tarot deck, Ace of Pentacles. There's a huge offering here for you to reap the benefits, for you to be successful, right? So for many of you, once again, you want to look at what is going on in your past situation that is blocking you. What is the feeling? What is the pain? What is the difficulty? What have you been holding on to that is stopping you from seeing the positivity, the abundance, the joy, the benefits that are standing right in front of you? And so this is a big time to not ignore the success that you can gain, the happiness, the joy that you can have in your heart by letting go of what no longer serves you. And by ignoring this pain, by ignoring this joy, you are ignoring this path that is in front of you that is going to bring you this wealth, this joy, this benefit. This is a moment of unlocking gains and benefits in your life for those of you with Libra rising. From the Black Moon Astrology deck, first card we have here is Mars. And big moment as we have entered into Mars and Aries, right? This is a big moment where we have the energy, we have the drive to push forward. And this is affecting many of you with Libra rising, as this is sitting in your 7th house, where we talked a lot about how you have this energy, this drive, this passion to excel in your professional life, to excel in your relationships at this time, to excel in how you're dealing with others and the public. And so this Mars in your 7th house is opening up a big opportunity for you to play the role and position that you are meant to take charge in your life. Now also, we have this Mars in Aries that is going to meet up with Chiron, where a lot of fears, a lot of blocks, a lot of insecurities are going to come to the surface in a big way, and this can block you, this can stop you. And especially coming into the month of September, we have this Mars retrograde where you can feel like everything is slowing down, like there are blocks, there are detours that you must take. And so one of the big things here is remembering to continue to push towards your goals, to continue to hold that confidence and that persistence in yourself. And coming into this month of September, for those of you, if you are seeing roadblocks as far as your relationships, as far as your job, as far as any avenue where you are dealing with others, it is a big time to remember that you can take the detour and still put your time and energy into moving forward, moving ahead. So this is a big reminder of remembering to let go of the past and to continue to move forward and to push through those challenges and obstacles for those of you with Libra rising. Next card here is Pisces. And this is a big time of dreaming and believing in yourself for those of you with Libra rising. And especially with Pisces being in your 6th house, there is a lot of dreaming and believing that needs to go into your work life. For those of you who are not believing in yourself, you are preventing yourself from getting anything done here, especially with that 4 of Cups that we saw. This is a big moment of blocking yourself from moving forward in your work life, especially as we are sitting in a Neptune retrograde. This is very much bringing up the fears, it is bringing up the illusions, and it is a big moment of understanding what to believe and what not to believe coming into this moment. If you are believing in your fears, if you are doubting yourself, you are blocking yourself from the possibilities, because for those of you with Libra rising, with Pisces in your 6th house, you create your reality through your belief. So it is a big moment of fully believing and investing in yourself, in your work life, and moving forward here in this month of July. Next card really going along with that is Mercury retrograde. And we are sitting here in this Mercury retrograde that is taking place in your 10th house, where it can really feel like your work life, your career is not moving as fast as you want it to. And this has been a big moment of leveling up in your career, but some of you may see yourselves going backwards after moving up and really being stuck at a halt where it is forcing you to reevaluate, to relook at things here as far as your career goes. And so it is a big moment of really understanding that no matter how many times you have to reassess and reevaluate everything that is going on here in your life, in your reality, in your career, that you have the ability to readjust, you have the ability to keep going. Remember that that first card we saw was Mars, where this is a big time of understanding that you have the ability to push forward, to keep believing, to keep going. And many of you needing to find a different strategy, a different approach if you are met with blocks and walls at this time. Next card here is Leo. Right, and we talked about how that sun is entering into your 11th house, lighting things up as far as your gains, as far as your friends. And so this is a big moment of benefits. This is a big moment of success for those of you with Libra rising. And one of the big things, especially coming off of that Mars, is understanding the confidence, holding that confidence and that belief in yourself. Another big thing here with Leo is the confidence, the courage to keep going, to keep striving for what you want. And so that is a big thing that is coming up here for those of you with Libra rising, is not believing in yourself. And this last card really going along with that is water in reverse. Many of you are not following your intuition. Many of you are not believing in yourself. And so it really is a moment of connecting to your dreams, connecting to your visions, connecting to what you want to see in your life. For those of you who are in this space here of doubting, of holding back, of not believing in what is possible, this is very much holding you back from moving forward, and a big moment to reassess your inner feelings and emotions as we have this water pointed inward, that there's a lot to work on internally. And we talked a lot about that with that full moon lunar eclipse and that Saturn retrograde that is happening down in your 4th house for those of you with Libra rising. You may also feel this as well if you are a Libra sun or moon, but big time affecting those of you with Libra rising. From the Connolly Tarot deck, we have the King of Cups. Once again, strongly needing to master your feelings at this time. So for those of you who are still stuck in the past, still stuck in your old feelings and beliefs, this is a big time to really look at what you're feeling, to look at what is affecting you and coming up from the past that needs to be readjusted and reviewed and looked at in your life, to really look at and understand what is holding you back, especially with that Mercury retrograde setting up in your 10th house. Really understanding what is it that's holding you back, what is it that you need to reevaluate, to look at again, and to discover a new plan of action. For those of you who are seeing blocks and are in this emotional place that nothing is working for you, that you can't believe in yourself, this is really stopping you in a big way. Next card here is the Six of Pentacles, where this is a big time of needing to put yourself in a new opportunity. It is really a big time to look at how everything is affecting you around your environment, right? And there's a lot to look at with that Saturn retrograde that is coming into your 6th house. What is really serving you? What is really benefiting you at this time? Really looking at that and making those adjustments that are needed in order for you to move forward in your life. Last card here is the Lovers. So once again, many of you dealing with others and needing to find that balance of what is serving you and how can you stand up, how can you speak up for yourself, how can you play this dominant role in your career, in your relationships, as well as allowing that fairness and that balance for others to play their role and position as well. And so very much connected to who you are, this card is a Gemini card, right? And this is strongly affecting you in your 9th house. Those of you with Libra rising strongly need to learn from Gemini and understanding the duality of the interaction between two. And so this is strongly showing up for those of you with Libra rising, where we need to understand how you are relating and connecting to others. What is your role? What is their role? Right? And for some of you, you are giving too much of yourself to others. Right? And for some of you, you're not showing up enough. And so this is a big time of understanding that balance, understanding how to express yourself, how to connect in these environments, especially big time showing up for many of you in your work life, in your profession. So that was your horoscope for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. If you enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like as well as a comment. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. Also, if you are interested in sharing spiritual wisdom, motivational advice, or just loving content, feel free to join the group Astro Metaphysical Love and Light on Facebook. I want to thank you all once again for joining. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.